Hey, my beautiful people, how's it going, guys? Barofist, and welcome to another video. Actually, this is the first video of 2023, and being the first video, I want to say, guys, Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, have the greatest holidays of your life, and all the best, right? So, it's New Year, of course, new plans, new beginnings, new studio, as you can see, all that. So, before we talk about the plans for 2023, I wanted to share some things about my life. And things that when I was like 18 or 20 years old, I've set myself to achieve before I get to 35. And I got 90% of the things done. 90, not 19. So I have 10% more to do out of my to-do list that I have set like 15 years ago. And this year I make 35 in June, so I have 6 months more. So I felt this is a nice time to share how is all that going and finalize some plans, like fortify the goals and all that stuff, and maybe share these things so I can maybe help someone, of course, or someone will find helpful some of the information here. So it might be longer video, of course, because I have a lot of deep stuff to say, but it's basically about my life story, something that I haven't really done before. I find it really hard to open up because I'm that kind of person. I don't know, I'm like, people call this Sigma personality or something. So I find it really hard to open up, and for example, in my life I found different people's life stories to help me and guide me sometimes when I was in dark places, and when I was like, you know, need some motivation, inspiration stuff. I found some people's life stories helpful, and I felt like, okay, I'm gonna share mine, maybe someone will find, you know, helpful or whatever. So younger me, like 15 years ago, having all that near-death experience or whatever, I don't know if you know about it, but I had near-death experience. I think I've shared it in my previous videos or something, but I'm not really sure. Either way, I will not really talk about that this much in this video, but I will share briefly some details later on the video. So I have set plan into motion, of course, when I was younger, to achieve certain things, and many of the things that I'm going to talk about in this video, my friends have like ridiculed me and, you know, trying to put me off, make some stupid claims like, oh, you'll never do that, oh, if it was that easy everyone would have done it, or who do you think you are, whatever. So, you know, like, younger me didn't really care about this. I mean, not that I care now, I still don't care, and I just follow my plan. But, you know, younger me, I really didn't care about what people say. I was really weird as a young person, and you know, literally I have made a vow against all odds, like, no matter what will happen in life, I will try to achieve these things. Not try, I will actually do these things before I get 35. And I mean, I'm close to it. So the first thing that I have set up in my mind when I was really young to do was basically learn coding, because it's very important. I know that in order to like integrate into the world, I needed to learn that is like a second language to know. And so I mean, so I did, right? I've learned how to code, and ever since I was young, like really young, like when I was 10 years old, 9, 8, I don't know how old I was programming, and my whole life I was changing technologies. Ever since then, I started with like QBasic back in days, which it wasn't even a Windows, you know, like you could code only in MS-DOS, which was the, you know, operating system that you could run when PCs were not as powerful as these days. And that was the first when I started coding, and then after that I transitioned to Visual Basic. I wasn't really coding professionally ever up until a point like 3-4 years ago, when I really like dedicate myself, okay, I'm gonna learn how to code. And I've learned like Python scripting for pen testing. Then I've started like JavaScript or something. So these days I've achieved the goal of being able to code whatever I needed so far. I've coded basically in JavaScript and Python. And yeah, that was the first goal that I had that will set me up on the next goal, which was either work for Blizzard. That was a goal for me for a long time, because when I was 18 I was really hot for World of Warcraft. I really liked the game, and I felt like, okay, I really need to work for that company, because I felt like, you know, Blizzard is a company that I really like to work. Back in days it wasn't like now Blizzard is, and I've had the goal to either work for Blizzard as a gaming company or make my own game, right? So I don't know how much you follow my work previously on my previous year, but on Discord I basically have announced, like, in December, couple 2 weeks ago, when we've launched the game, man. I've actually, me and my friend, we've never done games in my life. Like, I've never worked on games in my life. I've never really built game. I don't know Unreal Engine. I didn't knew Python in that context, and you know, we've done it. We've built a game from scratch with my friend, and I've made the website, I've made the launcher as well, and yeah, he did the design for them. I just coded the stuff, and he did the design and everything in the game. I've programmed a bit in the game as well, and yeah, we've done the game. It's called Crystal Pops. You can check it out on crystalpops.com, but I don't want to make this promo video of the game. I basically wanted to just say that we've done the game, and you can actually see it. You can, like, it's real. So that was done, but in between coding and making the game, I've introduced myself, because the game is made like to work with blockchain, NFTs and all that stuff. I've you know, introduced myself into NFTs and crypto and coding and all that stuff, and I've, you know, done some things in that area, and that allowed me to achieve the goal that I also do, which was on my list, which is earn million in my currency. That was a specific number, because I knew that is around the money that I will need, which is around 15,000-20,000 euros. So I can build the studio that I want, you know, to equip it with the things that I need and all that stuff. Of course, the studio costed a bit more, but I didn't earn just million. I've earned a couple more. So I built this studio with it. Either way, I knew that is the number that I need to earn in order to achieve myself better productivity and you know, get the things that I really like to have in my life, in order to achieve a happier life, you know, like, so I can be more fulfilled when I work. I can be more fulfilled in my free time, and when I work I can be more efficient, more productive, better, you know, like more quality and all that stuff. So yeah, the next goal after I earned a million was to build my own studio. So immediately after I earned the million, or 100k euros I've earned from one project. So after I've earned that, I've built this studio, and that was my next goal. That I need to have a studio for music, AI, computing, and other things, basically, that I need to do, whatever that is productivity based for me. So one of the studio room, this is basically like 4 with the bathroom, so 3 rooms, and one of the room, it's this one, you see. Look at that art behind, man. My friend made it. It's sick. Anyway, one of the rooms is my hub, basically that's how I call it, and this is everything that I've imagined to have, man. Like, I have 3 PCs. One of it is like 5 graphic cards. I bought it for mining back in days. I mean, back in days, like, I don't know, like a year ago. And I will use it now as a server for AI training. It has 5 GPUs, nice CPU and all that. And I have 2 other PCs. This one, which is my workstation, that I will make, like, I think I have some images on Instagram about it. But anyway, this is one, and then I have one behind me there, which is used for whenever someone comes to collaborate with me, we can, like, you know, collaborate in the same room, or this might be like a gaming house. I don't even know what it will go in the future, but for a start, I know what I had to do and what I had to have. So these are the things that you know, that I felt like I will need. And this is the only goal, actually the previous goal was the only goal that I had monetary value to it. So the studio, it doesn't matter how I would have done it. You know, I know that if I make a million, that is what I will do first thing, because, you know, it's one after another, it's kind of connected. But even if I had opportunity to build a studio and, you know, without the million, I would have done it. So it doesn't mean that it had per se monetary value to this goal. The previous goal was like kind of connected to monetary value, and I said to myself, I will never in my life set a goal that will connect it to be with monetary value, except if it's something chain linked together, you know, like something that is, I don't know, like I need to buy hosting for the AI project that I'm doing, you know, that will be a goal that has monetary value. But I'm saying like life goal, because this was like basically like a life goal for me. I had to do this because I said that I will do it in my life, and I've done it. But anyway, I don't want to attach any kind of monetary value to any goal in my life, because it's extreme pressure, man. Like, you have to go and think about money all the time, and like you have to have like in the front how can I say, in the front of your mind. You have to have the money somehow, like in everything you do. Right now, of course, I will not work things without getting compensated for it, because I still have to pay my bills or whatever, but I will not go deep into, okay, let's how to make good money or whatever. So right now, the only thing that I feel like I'm gonna focus my life is to just help the community to become better, and we get to the point where we can become advanced society faster. So I just want to give my contribution. I don't even need money for that most of the time, so yeah. And basically building my studio, earning the million have been the requirement, kinda, to my next goal, which was my dream, basically. So ever since I was a little kid, I dreamed about like making robots, and that is why I've learned coding and intelligent machines and stuff. And this is why I went to high school for electronics, just so I can learn the basic of how electronic works, like what is a transistor, what is a resistor, what is condensator, and all that shit. And yeah, I did. I've learned all the electronics. I've worked with repairing TVs and repairing VHS, VHR, whatever those, like, yeah. And a lot of other electronics, small electronics, I've been repairing for friends and stuff, and for myself. So I've learned a lot about electronics back in days, and that was, you know, like, I really wanted to do that, because in order to build an AI that will be physically present somehow in the future, I have to have at least the basic covered, you know, like the basics, so I can build up upon that. So yeah, I've started an AI project, you know, following all this stuff. I've started an AI project that I have mentioned on the Discord channel. If you want to check it out, discord.gg/umrentv. There is a channel called Coding and AI, and I've made a brief introduction of what my next project will be. So yeah, it will be like building an AI assistant or something, but not in a way like Google have done it or Alexa have done it. I am talking about fully personalizable and offline model, that it's you don't share the data with anyone, you literally keep your data in your PC. The model doesn't even have to be connected to internet or anything. It's literally only the functionality that requires internet from it, like, all right, post tweet on Twitter or whatever. You have to give it access to do that for you, but other than that, I really want to just build something about AI. This is just the basic idea. I don't really have it developed fully. I first want to build up a team that will be full of contributors, and then we just get up on like Discord or something and brainstorm together on what, where this can go and how it will be, because I just have the basic plan. I just want to make something about AI that will help the world. And I intend to not earn any profit from it. I want to make it open source, and I want to make it out of contributors or whatever. And yeah, we will see how that will go. But anyway, if you want to follow up with this, you can join up Discord and we can talk about it. Hopefully some people will join to do this. Or else, I mean, I can do it by myself. I've done all of these things, more like 80% of these things by myself, and I don't expect anyone to join. But if anyone joins, it's a bonus. You know, I expect 0 people to actually write there or talk about it or join. That's how I've done everything in my life. I always start from 0. I always start from 1, from myself. Yeah, for a YouTube channel, when I intended to make this YouTube channel, basically back in days, I said, okay, I'm gonna start making some videos, and then I'm gonna find an editor, because I didn't know how to edit videos. And then I was searching for, and I couldn't find, and I was like, fuck it, if I set myself to be on this path, I'm gonna do the, you know, video editing. And I've learned how to edit videos, and I've done it. And I've done everything like that in my life. And still, with this project, if I don't find anyone else, I've made myself a list of what things I have to learn in order to make this shit. So, in order to become data scientist, let's say, in very quick time, I've compressed all the things that I need to do, and I need to do them like 16 hours a day, and I will do it in a couple months, and it's no problem. I can do it by myself. But if you wanna join, that's how you can do it. Now, you're probably wondering like why. I mean, I would have if I were you. Like, why would you have these things? Like, you know, like, why would you imagine these things like with 35 when you were 18, 20 or some shit like that? Well, I don't know, like, I've mentioned previously that I've had near-death experience, right? And I will briefly introduce you into that stuff now. I don't know if you've watched any of my previous videos, I will just, like, briefly. When I was 18 or 19, I was really bad. Like I had inflamed appendix, and doctors couldn't find what it is and stuff. And I was really like literally half dead. When I got to the hospital after 3 weeks of agony, or 2 weeks, I got to the hospital and the doctor said, okay, if you were like half an hour later, this guy would have been dead. So yeah, I barely remember of those things. I was literally semi-unconscious. So yeah, I've like the point of this story is, when I had like near-death experience, is like I started realizing what is worth in life, what is the value of life, and I've changed my perspective on how, like, what life is generally, and what I have to do in order to have like fulfilled, happy, and life that I will be, that I will be proud of on my, sunset of my life, before I die. So I've realized also I have 2 goals more that I will talk that I haven't really, said, but this is connected to it. So realizing how life is important, I've set myself into making my health indestructible, so that was one of my goals. After I've had this experience, I've set myself, okay, dude, this doesn't work anymore. I have to avoid contact with medicine. I have to make myself not be affected by viruses and shit, bacteria or whatever, because before that experience that I've had, I was really sick kid, I was sick every 2 weeks, man. I've had my tonsils in my throat were like big and full of like whatever, like yellow stuff, and I was like sick, and I had always temperatures, and I had like everything that people could take, I was taking it as well. Like anyone have any bacteria or virus, I was also like sick of that shit. So after I've had that, I was like, dude, fuck it. I have to like make my health indestructible. What are the things that I have to do? Like everything that I found in life that would make me better health-wise, I tried it. Like everything. Sleeping differently, sleeping on like 4 different ways. How I can eat differently. Like I've tried without eating. I haven't eaten for like 11 days. I was fasting. I've tried everything, like so many things, and I found a way out of all these things. I found a way how you can become like super healthy, like how you cannot get affected. Like the other day, I've had friends and stuff, girlfriend as well, sick as fuck, like 3 days, temperature 39 Celsius, and I was like, can I drink from your bottle just so I can see if I can get affected by it, just so I can test my health? And she was like, no, please don't do that, and then you gonna, no, sure, all right, and drink it, and nothing happens. Like I can feel the virus coursing through me, like I can see it in my lungs, there is some scratching going on, I can see on my throat, there is sometimes like sore throat or whatever, just slightly, just so I know that it's inside of me, but it doesn't really give me any kind of symptoms. So, and also I feel, I don't know, like, I mean, so far it's been true to me. I don't know if it's like true, or maybe you're gonna see me like I'm delusional or whatever, but I can quite well control that, like meditations and breathing techniques and training and all that stuff, and I can control those things as well pretty good with that. But there are other things as well that, like cold showers and different type of eating and what you need to eat and all that stuff, at least. There are certain things. I might stick around this subject in a specific video if you want me to. Let me know down in the comments and I can tell you how I've done that. But out of all those things, it made me realize, this life is not infinite, it's finite. And if I want to do until I achieve my peak, before 35, if I want to do certain things that are really, really meaningful to me, this is the path that I have to take. That is the moment when I realized that thing, and that is why I started this list, and that is why I've achieved 90% of the things. And I mean, yeah, sure, I've worked super hard in life to attain all the skills and experience that I need to do everything that I will need in life. And sure, it was hard. Make some people don't agree with my points of view, but it doesn't matter, like my point is, no matter how diverse your goals are, no matter how big and hard they are, no matter how much people will like ridicule you around them, your job is to keep working, like and figure out how to achieve them. Dissect them into smaller parts, make a plan, and work one by one really hard to do it, I mean, if you feel like you want to do that, of course. That was really, really important for me. That's how I've done it. And you have to realize there is no such thing as impossible goal. Like if it's within the goals of like laws, sorry, if it's within the laws of physics, there is no such thing as like impossible goal. It is basically anything is possible. I know it sounds cliche, I know it's like kind of scuffed or whatever, but literally that's how it is, you know, like whatever I've started in my life, like, okay, I'm gonna start making money with games. And everyone was like, around my area, like especially in the city that I live, it's like people are like kind of, and I mean, I don't say stupid or whatever, but it's like the modern things are coming later. That's what I'm trying to say. So the modern things like gaming, streaming, YouTubing, that was like science fiction, man. You tell someone here that you're gonna make money with YouTube like 7 years ago, they would be like, oh, science fiction, you're fucking delusional, you have schizophrenia or whatever. So when I was telling my friends, okay, I'm gonna start making something about like games or whatever, I'm gonna play World of Warcraft and start doing YouTube and start doing streams or whatever, they ridiculed me. Oh man, if it was easy like that, everyone would have done it. That's not easy, you're crazy, blah blah blah. But I've done it, I've started it, and I didn't really start it by my own initiative. The Twitch, for example, wasn't even my own initiative. It was my friends on World of Warcraft I was playing with. I knew a lot of like secrets about gold making and other things, and they were like forcing me, oh man, you gotta share these things somewhere else. It helped me a lot, blah blah. And I was just like exploring around things like what can I do, like make blog posts, can be arsed, you know, I don't want to write every day or whatever. And they told me, oh, there is like a one Justin TV or Twitch TV or something platform or whatever, and I was like, okay, I'll check it. And then I went and I see people are just chilling on their PC playing some games and, you know, earning some money or something. I was like, man, this can be cool. And I started with that, and when I started with that, everyone was kind of like laughing, blah blah blah. And after like a couple months or something, when they see that I've made like some insane progress, because man, when I set my mind into something, I fucking do it until I die, you know, like I don't stop when I'm tired, I stop when I'm done. So I was working like 16 hours a day. I was literally streaming 16 hours. If anyone like watched me back in days of like Mists of Pandaria and World of Warcraft, I was streaming for like 16 hours a day, literally. I wake up at 7 p.m. I stream until, I don't know, like 11 or something the next day, and I go to bed and I wake up at 7, and I do that on repeat for like months, you know. And yeah, I got my partnership really fast on Twitch, and also I've done the same shit on YouTube and everything. But for everything that I've done in my life, when I was learning coding, I was learning 12 to 16 hours a day. I was studying that much a day, you know. And people are like, oh yeah, sure, you've learned in 1 month. Bro, you can fucking do it. If you just put your mind into it and just do until you die, basically, you're gonna do it. Like, yeah, sure, these stories that people share about, like, you can do things that are impossible or whatever, it sounds corny, you know. It sounds like, yeah, sure, yeah, in movies you can do it. No, it's not. It's like in real life, you can fucking do it. I know it sounds like kind of overpuffed. It's like, it sounds bigger than it is, but it's not, you know. Like, if you set your mind into doing whatever, you can fucking do it. And that is the point of my story. There is no such thing as impossible goal, you know. So the goal for year 2023 for me is to start the project for the AI that I have said, that I have planned for since I was really young, work on it hard, and also, you know, finish the other things. You know, one of the things is to train every day. Yeah, that is one of the goals I haven't achieved so far. I need discipline for that. I have to actually train after I record this video. So I need to train every day. I need to stop smoking. Those are my 2 goals that by 35 I'm gonna fucking do it. No matter what, I'll do them. Yeah, sometimes in my life I've tried, you know, usually I've tried, like I've made some videos. If you go back into my videos, you're gonna see, okay, this is my schedule, now I'm gonna start working out every day. And it failed, you know, like I failed many times while I was doing these things that I was saying. Like, it's not like I've started, okay, let's do a project, let's make $1 million. That's why I've done the $1 million 2 years ago. I've been trying like different things. I've tried. I've worked in Italy, I've worked in Croatia, I've worked in like everywhere, and I've worked many things, like from waiter to mechanic and fucking electronic repairer, many things. Like, I don't know, like if you ask me, have you worked this, the answer is probably either yes or I've worked something around that, you know. So it's like, it's not like something that you're gonna start and it's instantly gonna work. It's failing after failing until someday it starts working, you know. And that is with everything. And yeah, training, I haven't really disciplined myself enough so far to just train every day, but I'm pretty often training, so but I really want to make like everyday train. Just that is what my next goal, and I want to quit smoking, and that's pretty much it, you know. So yeah, those are my next goals for 2023 and the AI project. So that's all about me, guys. How about you? Basically, I've shared everything here, so please let me know down in the comments what you have done in your previous year, what you have set up to in the previous year, what you have achieved, what you are planning in the next year, because some of those things that you're gonna share in the comments, it might be aligned with someone in the comments as well. You might find some collaborator, you might I don't know, you might get motivated with someone in comments, be like, oh, keep up the good work, or someone can correct you into some things. It's very nice to share these things in life, you know. I've realized that, and yeah, even though I have difficulty sharing personal things about me, I've said from this year on I will share more, you know, because I know that everyone's life is experience is unique, and everyone's life lesson is unique and different, you know. The things that you have done in your life only you know, and if you don't share and someone else learn from your experience, I believe that your life is kind of wasted. So I feel like before I die, I have to make a book more, I have to write a book, I have to make something like that. It's not like I'm super smart or whatever, but my experience in life has been super unique to anyone else. Like, not super, it's just unique. There is no such thing as super unique. It's either is or not. Yeah. Anyway, I believe that like my life experience have been unique, and no one else have seen some of the things that I have seen, and I feel like sharing some of those edge cases is very, very important to get the general knowledge of the population in the world higher. Maybe 90% of the things that I've said everyone else have done. I don't know, I don't care, you know, like I'm just sharing my story, and I just hope that it will help someone. So please let me know your stories down in the comments below, or at least some things that you have achieved, some things that you have planned to achieve, blah blah. It will be very, very fulfilling comment area to read and fulfill my day with. So yeah, instead of just being monkey speech and stuff, instead of being like hater and stuff, oh blah 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 blah, share something productive, share something nice. I will be happy, everyone else will be happy. So anyway, not to bramble more, guys, I don't really have that much plan about how this video will turn out. It's already been 27 minutes, bro, but it doesn't matter. It was a nice time for me to just to open up and just talk about this. So yeah, I will try to stay more active on YouTube, by the way, as always I say, and try to keep you updated to the things on what I do and stuff. But if you have specific questions, or you want me to, you know, deep dive into any of the subjects, please let me know down in the comments. And you know, if you want to join or collaborate on my things, Discord is the way. So yeah, that was all from me, guys. Thank you all for watching. Again, happy new year and holidays. Subscribe, like, and all that stuff YouTubers say down in the comments. Much love, no homo, and until the next time, over and off. Let me hit you up with the battle fist, and see you guys in the next one. Bye.